Welcome, guys, to In Your House. And of course, I am your director, Holly Woodhouse. And you already know them vibes. When we slide on through, we here to give you that work, 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 round the clock when it comes to this professional wrestling business. And guys, when we give it to you, you know how we got to give it to you. We give it to you when you're in your car, maybe you at work, maybe you on a layover, maybe you waiting for your match, maybe you need to just pop us in your ears and let us give you this work when it comes to professional wrestling. And guys, when we come through and do what we do, we got to do what we do and make a movie. So, guys, of course, once again, your director is back, and we are here at the 5-star professional wrestling podcast, of course, built from the ground up, and that is In Your House. And guys, of course, I got to thank you. I got to do my due diligence and thank you guys for everything that you guys have done for us, giving us those follows, giving us those 5 stars. I mean, it's been a movie, and we really appreciate it. And guys, now we're here back on Twitch. That's right. We're back here on Twitch, and it's Wednesday. So you know what that means, and that means that it is time for In Your House Live. And when I do In Your House Live and I'm on Twitch, I got to do it with my man, and that is my co-host over there. That is Hypocrisy Jones. How's it going, brother man?
Yo, what is up, house? What is up, household? Yo, I am hyped today. I am super fucking hyped today. You hear the how high my pitch is today because I am hype. I am absolutely hyped because we got so much to talk about, Con. I don't even know how we gonna fit all this in. We may have to go extra innings today, and that just may be a thing. But we got so much to talk about, and we got so much to do, man. I hope the household gets packed tonight.
Man, I'm hoping so. I'm hoping we get a big crowd over here on Twitch. That's what we're looking for. But absolutely, as far as crowds and growing, we saw some growth here at In Your Houses for the first time, and I think it's been about a year. We once again reached the American podcast charts for Apple Podcasts and wrestling wrestling podcasts. I mean, we've been there before, but we came in high when we took a look at it. When we heard we got the notification about the charts. It came at Friday Night Hype. We was at 89. Over the weekend, we trended up towards 77. And it was just a good weekend for In Your House and a good weekend for the household, man. And you've been a big part of that success, bro. So, how is you feeling? I've been on this side. I've been on this side of the fence before. Not as high as what we came in at, but I've been on this side of the fence before. What's it like for you? Because you've been helping me grind this podcast for the last year, and boom, here we are, right back to prominence again, bro.
Bro, I told you, as I said from the beginning, I am hype. Literally, I am hype because I'm running off a high of this because we've been grinding, we've been working, and things are working. It's all hitting. It's all hitting on all cylinders, and that's because not because anybody's handing anything to us. That's because we are putting in that. Y'all know out there, we are putting in that work, bro, and we ain't stopping. It's great. We peaked at 77 this past week on the charts, and we only going up from there. So watch out. Watch out and watch for us, right? What does Khan say at the end, right? Is hop on this bandwagon, get on or get gone, because the household, we going mighty, mighty strong, right? And we ain't stopping, bro, right now. Whether it's Khan's Tuesday solo shots, whether it's these Wednesday night lives right here on Twitch, or whether it's Friday night hype with myself and my homie the voice Joshua Joseph. We are really killing this thing, and we are really trying to do a lot out there for this Midwest Indiana scene, or this Midwest scene for professional wrestling, and for wrestling as a whole, right? We want to make sure we're heard, and we're making sure we're heard.
Absolutely, man. And that's what like you said that you said where the Midwest wrestling scene, like we've kind of become a staple
Yes.
in the area, to be
Yeah,
quite
yeah. We
honest.
know a lot
Like,
about what's going on in the Midwest scene, things that are
yes,
popular, things that are a little
yes.
icky, things that should be stayed away from, and like, we're kind of a voice for the people out here, right? That are trying to grind themselves, right?
Yeah, for sure. So like one thing when I built in your house and it became what it became, a lot of it was because I was very like pro talent.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm still in that realm. I'm still in that mind frame where I'm pro talent, and like I just come from a place that want to help and better professional wrestling. It started out as being a fan opinion of what we're seeing on the weekly shows, and that's definitely become a huge staple as far as what In Your House has become. But also the voice that we have provided Midwestern professional wrestling in a
Not
way,
Joshua
and
Joseph.
like but we do love our man Joshua Joseph,
Yes.
but that's just what we've become, and like so because we are that staple, because we are that branch, we are that voice of Midwestern professional wrestling. Man, bro, listen. When some weird shit is going down in my area, I'm gonna have to call it out, bro. And there's some weird shit going on, bro.
Well,
All right,
we have to talk about these things, right? Like, we have a responsibility.
man,
We may not be like
man.
accredited journalists or something like that, but like, we have to talk about this stuff, right?
Yes,
So so
man. All
so
right.
so let's
So
talk about this
so
indie
what's what's
merch,
what's
right?
the deal, bro? What's the deal? What's the deal, bro? Tell me what this deal is, bro.
So um, there is a promotion here in the Midwest that has caught some fire, um, and maybe isn't helping itself by trying to double down on the situation. Um, the promotion is Wrestling Theology Fellowship, correct? They're coming under hot water after they have made trading cards for for some of their talent, and apparently, there was talent that was not informed on these trading cards or these likeness uses or anything like that. But there was also some talent that was informed about these things,
Mm-hmm.
and they recently came under hot water. They've caught the attention nationally, with a lot of different people, including Matt Cardona, who said, "Hey, wrestling theology, just gonna make cards of wrestlers without their permission or without any compensation of any kind?" Question mark. Um, as well as some other things. So like, it's a hot topic right now. Like, they have to be wrong in this, right? Like, if they didn't talk to everybody, then they're not right for everyone, right? Like, that's the case, right?
So in this case, in this particular situation, I'm very aware of this Fed. This
Yeah.
is a Fed that I've worked for in the past,
Well,
and it's really interesting seeing everything and watching it how it's played out as far as everybody's takes on this. Here's my take on it. Listen, you can't sit up here and bring bubblegum to the classroom as a teacher and only give it to some of the kids, but not all of the kids.
yeah,
Now all of the kids is like, listen, what they got gum for?
yeah.
Oh, well, we talked about it. Well, you didn't talk to us. Well, you didn't even give us an opportunity for a conversation. You understand what I'm saying?
I absolutely understand what you're saying.
This is the point that, like, if a conversation would have been had, there should have been a situation where not only is that conversation being had out of respect for the talent, but there should be some sort of compensation for using this talent's image, for using their likeness, for using their signature.
Yeah.
Give them something. Give them something. Ain't no way, bro.
No,
Ain't no way.
you can't
It's tough
tell.
enough out here for the talent, bro.
Yeah, you can't tell me that like maybe this was a bad idea and they just didn't make any money off of it, right? And they
Right.
didn't have enough money to pay their talent off of it. But like if you're using someone's likeness in that sense, now I given there are ranges of I guess artistic expression in this, but I think this is blatant because this is a company, or a wrestling promotion, that has been established itself and ran many a shows, worked many a people, and should be trying to you know be a exemplary um, you know part of this wrestling scene. Um, but you can't use somebody's likeness and just be like, "Hey, I can't break you off." It's just so we can break even. And this is kind of like what the promoter, when in his apology said. He said, we use these so that we can break even, so that we can pay talent. But if you're not paying the talent, then you're not. There's a whole lot of headache right here, and you should have just said, "Hey, I was wrong."
Hype. Hype.
Yeah,
If you are not 100% sure that you can pay the talent, especially after you have had those conversations with them and agreed to their rate,
yeah,
you shouldn't be running shows. That should be a whole different budget right there.
you are
You
absolutely
should be
correct.
budgeting that. You should be budgeting that in. You shouldn't be hoping that cards are gonna help you run. That are gonna help you break even. I'm sorry, bro, but like if you don't got if you don't got the money to pay the talent up front, bro, what are you doing?
You are
You need
not
to
doing.
have that money. You can't rely on the house. You can't rely on merch to pay the talent. You got to already have that.
No,
You
I
understand what I'm saying?
it's so I don't necessarily I'm not necessarily a businessman because I don't have established businesses yet, right? In the sense, in a full sense, but I do understand in business, at least in the wrestling business, there's a few things that you have to make sure that you have. One being a wrestling ring, two
Yes.
being maybe some wrestlers, and three being a way to compensate those wrestlers, right?
Yes.
So one of the
Yes.
biggest things in wrestling is finding places, people to sponsor your shows, right?
Yes.
So you're able to ensure that you can pay talent, um, pay for any other maybe amenities that you may have coming through. Look, the wrestling business isn't rocket science, and there's a lot of promoters out there that are trying to make it that way. And listen, if you ain't got the money to put up a show, then maybe you shouldn't put up a show.
That's it.
Maybe you swallow your pride and you link with a few other people, like-minded people that are trying to put together something. And if you can pull together the proper way to do some shit, then do it. But you can't be out here using people's names, likeness, logos, or anything like that, man, to profit. Even if you think it's in a good way. And I ain't even touching on the religion part, because if y'all follow me on my socials, y'all know how I feel.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And you feel how you feel, and you got a right to feel how you feel. But me,
Mm-hmm.
on the other hand, listen, take it from somebody who actually has those like religious beliefs, somebody who comes from that. I'm not a huge fan of organized religion myself, but I am a believer. Now, for you to take that and encode it onto what you're doing to people, come on, that don't sit right with me, bro. Come on, man.
Yeah, not at all.
What's this thing from Botchamania? What's this thing? Tell me, bring that up. What's this thing from Botchamania that had showed up? It was some tweet.
Oh. crap, I lost it. Let me pull that up.
Because I thought I saw something about that. I wanna touch on that a little bit, and then we're gonna get into our show because we had to talk about this. This is our area, y'all. This is our local, wrestling community here, man. This is crazy, bro. Like it's just crazy. It shouldn't be happening, and especially under these
So
circumstances, bro. Like
if the tweet that I think you're talking about is it's from Mikey Montgomery, and this was also retweeted by Matt Cardona, and it says that I I once was a last minute replacement in a triple threat match for WTF. I drove 5 hours to be at a show. Afterwards, Rich handed me an envelope and said, "It ain't much, but it's something." I opened it in the car, and it was a Bible verse. You you tell me that's not ill intent. So look, man, they're not helping themselves in lots of ways. Like if you can't pay somebody, you want to tell somebody up front, hey, I can't pay you. Like I know I feel like there's enough wrestlers out there that would, if you're straight up with them and honest with them and be like, hey, I'm trying to put on this show, could you come? Do you want to wrestle? I I ain't got your rate this time though. If you're honest, they may be like, yeah, I'll come through, maybe, but you can't do this to people. This is a 5 hour drive, 10 hours
yeah,
total,
man.
10 hours round trip, bro.
Come on, dog. I mean, I understand paying your dues and whatnot, but like, come on, dog. Like,
Yeah, no,
what
that
you put a Bible verse in this man's envelope? I'm like, what? What is you praying that he get home on the same tank of gas that he came there on? What are you doing, bro? Oh my gosh.
yo, that's some Jesus take the wheel shit. If I ain't never heard it, like
Come on, dog.
Jesus take my gas money, take his gas
Oh
money, bro.
man.
Shit.
That's wild, dog. So like, all right, man. I'll leave it at this. Um when I did work for the company and do what I did for them, and I was happy to get the opportunity. I was also given a Bible verse, but I was also compensated for what I believe I was worth as well. And I don't know how many people he's doing this to. I know um it wasn't like that with me personally, but man, you got to do better than this. Like you got
You
to
gotta do
respect the
way better
talent.
than that. Look,
You got to respect the talent.
honesty goes a long fucking way. And like,
Yeah,
look, like I said, if you don't got it for somebody, let them know, man. They can't be working
yeah,
out here, like on top of probably working out here. Um, and that's how you're gonna do people. Like we do all understand, paying your dues, but at the same time, man, that the wrong is wrong, and
for
I,
real. These people out here trying to work, bro. Come
yeah,
on, they out here trying to work. And not to mention the fact that they putting their body on the line, like paying dues. I get it, but come on, like
yeah. No, there's
you
a
out
big
here trying.
difference.
We you out here trying to grind, bro. Like you can't be putting all these miles on your car and all this wear and tear on your body. 5 hours there, 5 hours back for a
No,
Bible verse, bro. Come on, dog. Like, okay, let's do better. We got to do better than that. And like that's there's got to be better done with that as far as the representation of Midwestern Central Indiana professional wrestling. So we're gonna leave it at that. We're gonna move on because we still got a really great show. But we got a whole lot to talk about. I mean, Night of Champions is coming up this Saturday. We
woo,
got Double or Nothing, man. So much great stuff. But a lot of AEW news to talk about too. We have the release of the video game, Fight Forever. We got a date on that. the controversies going on with CM Punk in this new Collision show. This episode is probably going to be very AEW heavy, but before we get to that, we're going to talk a little bit of Night of Champions, man, and we got a card set. And I guess the first thing I want to talk about is what's going to happen with Cody Rhodes. I mean, that's the first thing that comes to my mind because Cody was continuously
He broke his arm.
assaulted.
He broke
Man, he
his
broke his arm
arm.
many
That
times,
man's
many
arm is
times.
broken.
So
Adam Pearce said mangled.
I know, like that's not like when you use the word mangled, like that's very specific terminology.
Yeah.
Like that means his shit is shit.
Like a
Like
bear.
you know what I'm saying? Like
I needed to see more blood, man. Like I'm not gonna lie. I need to see more blood and gore. I need to see Cody's like arm like really ripped off. Like I could have seen more out of that, but like I get like Cody is in some right?
he in a tough way, bro.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
in a tough way.
He is in
It's
a
tough for Cody right now.
he is in a hard way right now, and it is tough for him. I don't know what he's gonna do, man, except for overcome because he's the American Nightmare.
Man, they about to super scene of this man, ain't they?
Oh my!
He's gonna win this match.
I don't know
He's
how.
gonna win this match.
So I have a theory on this match, because I don't you he can't go out there and win this match, right? Like that.
Mm.
I don't know, man. I can suppress my disbelief, you know, as much as the next person, man. But they said
But
mangled.
go. I mean, and he's going up against Brock Lesnar. Like, how is he gonna? Like, how can he possibly catch Brock Lesnar slipping with one arm? Like,
Right.
I'm honestly, I'll be honest with you. I'm gonna keep it real with you. They got me. Like, I'm in.
Uh,
Like, I'm like, how is he about to do this? Because I just want to see what route are they gonna take.
I'm in too, but like the voice said in the chat, man. I don't know. Cody's arm didn't look like Sid's, leg, right?
Oh
So
man.
yeah.
Man.
But they are really playing it up to be like this.
Serious injury. Yeah.
I don't think that there's going to be a match in Saudi. I think there's going to be a fight, but I don't think we ever actually get to the match part. This is building up to something bigger and more structured. And like if this doesn't lead to like some sort of like fight pit match or something like that, I think this might be all for nothing, right?
What
And
does the what does the emergence of Triple H
yeah.
where does this play into that is my question.
Well, so
That was very interesting to me. I was very interested in that segment.
yeah, well, I think you touched on that in your solo shot, and you said this is the first instance that we've seen them interact together, and like you were right, it is the first interaction that we've seen out of them, and it's I don't know. Can Triple H or can Cody trust Triple H? Yeah,
Honestly, I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind seeing Triple H try to hold him down.
yeah. Are we seeing
I
those
wouldn't
seeds
mind that.
planted? Which if we see that sort of thing, it also extends other people's storylines out. So it makes sense. In a sense. But I think that
Hey
these may be
yo,
the seeds that are planted in there.
yo, what if Triple H sicked Brock on Cody this whole time?
See, I was kind of thinking that too. Like, what if that has been the plan? Like, it's just hey, you think you can go away? You think you can go away and build another company and try to embarrass me
Yeah,
and break my throne
there it
and
is.
and
Yep, the breaking of the throne got to come up.
and then you're gonna come back and you're gonna win my championships? No, nah, not me, not
Yeah,
me, guy. You're not gonna do that.
Money. It's money. I like it. I'm here. Boom. If it happens, you heard it here first because that's good shit right there. I would actually like I would tune in to watch that real talk.
Yeah, no, that is some good shit. I like the boss dynamic. We may see it.
Yes.
This could be almost the second coming of Vince McMahon, Stone Cold, a Jace dynamic, man.
It could have that dynamic, absolutely.
It
Of
could,
constantly trying to hold him down.
yeah, and I could believe that from Triple H and Cody.
Yep.
I think other companies, they may try to emulate that. I don't think I believe them, especially not at this point. But I gotta get some shit together. But I don't know, man. I think that's money. I think that's money, and not to speculate too far ahead in advance, but there has been rumors in this week that the the main event for WrestleMania 40 in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, is going to be Gunther and Cody. So I don't. I for the last week I've been kind of speculating in my head. How do we get there? How do we get Cody to there? And this may be a good way to get him to there. You have him interactions with Triple H. Maybe he is really holding him down. Um,
Yeah.
that presents a great secondary, almost primary story. Neck and neck up there with everything that's going on with the Usos right now. Two very good, compelling stories going head to head. And 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 then maybe Cody wins money in the bank this year. He takes money in the bank. He's able to cash in on Roman eventually, and then lo and behold, who wins Royal Rumble? Gunther.
Man, there's definitely a lot of different ways they could go with it, man. I like the idea. I like the dynamic. I like the way Gunther's being built. I mean, he can definitely be, and I think they already have him billed as top heel on Monday Night Raw. If I saw some news like that coming out, so
Well, he
the
better be.
development of Gunther's going to be, he should be.
Yeah.
The development of Gunther's going to be very, very interesting. That's going to be something to keep an eye on over this next
You know
year,
who's gonna
as
put it?
far as going into WrestleMania.
Oh, man, he's here. You know who has an eye on it, right?
Who's that?
This man right here, yo. It's him. It's Vince.
Ah, of course.
He's running everything, man. Running everything.
Still running it, man. So I think Night of Champions gonna be good. Good show. Definitely excited about it. We talked a little bit about Cody Rhodes, and we talked about his feud there with Brock Lesnar. I wanna talk a little bit about Becky Lynch versus Trish Stratus because we had a little differing thoughts about that. As far as their contract signing on Monday, and I just want to ask you, what's your level of excitement for the Becky Lynch Trish Stratus match on a personal level?
Oh man, honestly, that's my match out of I think that's one of my sleeper matches out of Night of
Is
Champions.
it?
I'm really
Yeah,
looking
is it?
forward to that one. And it's been the build to this. Like, I know people are out there kind of hating on Trisha's, delivery and stuff, but man, I think she's killing this role. This thank you Trish, personality in the way that um, she is in her delivery. It's not. I think in my opinion, she comes across very thoughtful in what she's saying because she believes all of this. Everyone out there needs to thank her. She did pay the way for the women's division. If it wasn't for her, there wouldn't be no Becky Lynch. If it wasn't for her and the battles that she had with Lita, there would be no women's division now, right? Um, I am believing her in a sense. Now I know I don't think she's the core reason to the women's revolution and everything like that. I think she was more of an answer to an athletic diva in her day in a sense. But I think since she's shown and proved and done the work to continually build, and she's not only done that with her mic work, but she's done that in past instances in the ring where she didn't look all that rusty. Now, if we talk about somebody, your girl like Lita, she was looking pretty rusty at some point.
Yeah, yeah, I remember those times. Yeah,
But
yeah,
I'm
just a few months ago.
absolutely so but I'm looking forward to this dynamic because I think Becky was hot on the mic. She'll do everything she can to keep a good match with Trish. And I think this might keep going. You know, if you guys remember correctly, Trisha was drafted to Raw, so like I don't think this is just a part time thing. She's probably going to be around for a while, and who better to have a program with Becky than Trish Stratus? You know, I could see a couple more things going, especially with um the fact that we haven't seen Lita in a minute. We haven't seen her since she was injured, she was attacked, and everything like that. And Lita may come back, but who's to say that Lita's necessarily going to side with Becky Lynch, which adds another dynamic and layer to that. Becky Lynch has to find a friend or a partner, or someone to help, and maybe she finds that in a Bailey, you know, or something like that, and we can continue this storyline in a sense, and put different layers and different dynamics that we haven't seen in women's wrestling before. Look, I want top notch women's storytelling, and that's what I want. All right, if y'all don't
Yeah,
get it, that's what I'm trying to do. That's what I'm trying to give to people, but that's what I want.
I agree with that. My thing is with me when I'm listening to somebody promo, I'm feeling the crowd as well. Like I'm feeling that energy too. And like even when I was like I said with Trish, I just feel like
I,
and maybe I'm remembering Trish's promos better than what they were back in the day. Maybe I was just enchanted by her talent and what she was able to bring to the women's division at that time. But for me, I mean, I just feel like that it slowed the momentum down, the pace that she had when she was cutting her promo during the contract signing. And then when Becky comes, she just brings the fire right back up. So to me, it's like Becky is really like carrying the segment. But the telling part, the most telling part, is the match that they're going to have in Saudi Arabia. I do believe that they still can have a good match. Like you said,
yeah,
Lita was really more the liability in ring. Trish, I think she's still a little bit. I mean, she was definitely more crisp in ring than Lita was for sure. And that, I mean, that's not to downplay anybody. I'm just saying that I feel like she's a little bit more crisp. I really feel like Becky Lynch is gonna pull a good match out of her because that's just Becky Lynch is somebody like as far as that division goes, Becky Lynch is somebody that if I'm like, oh, I'm working Becky Lynch, like I feel like there's somebody who will take care of me. You know what I'm saying? So like I think that still all in all it can be a good match. I honestly don't know what's next for Trish past this. Obviously, they're still gonna have Money in the Bank going on past that. Has Trish Stratus ever been in a Money in the Bank match? I mean, that would be something interesting to see
that would be
if she's
interesting.
never been in one. I don't know if she'd be willing to do something like that just because the contents of the Money in the Bank match that it gets physical. You know what I'm saying? And not to say that she's a nostalgia act, but she is a woman from another era. So if she was able to actually be involved in that, like that would be something. If that was something that she feel like she can put herself through. But then what would be next for her? What would be the intentions of Trish Stratus moving forward past the Becky Lynch feud? So that
Her
would be interesting to see right there. I still think they can have a good match though.
her and Money in the Bank wouldn't be a bad idea, and you can use that as an opportunity to kind of cover up maybe some of her or some of the things that she can't do.
Yeah,
That wouldn't be a bad idea, and it continues that feud in a way, which I think is going to happen because why draft her to the roster if you're not gonna,
right.
keep her around for a while? But I mean, I don't run that company. I, somebody else does, and they make their own decisions.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So, man, I think that's good. I still think that's going to be a good match, but that's not the only women's action that we're going to be seeing there in Saudi Arabia, which that's crazy. We actually are getting a couple of matches. So
Yeah, three
yeah, that's
women's matches, right?
yeah,
And
man, that's going to be something. That's going to be
yeah,
something.
that has to be just historic in itself.
For sure. No, that's I mean it's great. It's great. It's groundbreaking stuff. And like they're gonna be able to get a WrestleMania rematch as they're gonna have Bianca Belair. She's gonna be defending her Raw Women's Championship against Asuka once again. This is a program they've been running on SmackDown, even though she's the Raw Women's Champion, and Rhea Ripley is parading around Monday Night Raw with the SmackDown Women's Championship. So automatically, I'm just like, when is this happening? You know what I'm saying? Like, when is the switch happening? What's happening with these titles? Because it's all topsy turvy, and it's like there's no, they haven't made an explanation for it or said when they're gonna do it. This match, of course, has potential to be good, but that just, I don't know. I don't know if that's something that bothers you. It just kind of bothers me a little bit.
I'm not letting the belts or the championships bother me yet. I know there's some messiness with the red belt on the blue brand and the or blue belt on the red and then you got a couple guys who have red and blue belts, and then you got a guy that has a blue and a black belt, and
Yeah.
I don't know. Look, I don't care either. Hopefully, hopefully they will come out in the wash. I think it's taken so long to actually do any sort of swap, um, because that's probably good news, right? The longer it takes is probably more of an opportunity for them to say, "Hey, let's just introduce new belts, and we will maybe not color code them, and
Yeah, yeah,
maybe not show specific them." It's okay to
yeah.
have
I
two
like that.
women's
Yeah,
titles or two women's championship. It you understand. I don't understand the lineages, I guess, if we want to talk about that with some
yeah.
stuff, but it's also wrestling. Everything's
Right.
written on a whiteboard, so what do we need?
So I think it'd be an interesting idea to bring back maybe one of those titles being the classic Attitude Era Women's Championship. That'd be kind of cool.
Yeah.
So I think that'd be interesting. As far as the other title, I really don't know. Maybe just introduce a completely different title altogether. Because I'm gonna say no to the Divas title, bro. The Divas title era was something else. But but
What why
it,
can't we
maybe
have a world women's world champion um and then a women's universal champion?
I like that too.
I
I'm not against that either.
I like we don't have to, like, this is wrestling, not rocket science. We don't have to make this stuff
Right.
hard.
It's sometimes it's like I've said, sometimes is you just want to get to A, B, C, and D. Everybody else want to get to A, B, C, and then go to E, F, G to try to get to D. And I'm like, no, but you went past it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like if you just go back, you see how simple this really is. And I think that that's something that we maybe we'll see. Who knows? I mean, they've already introduced the new World Heavyweight Championship, so maybe it is opportunity. I mean, you're right. It is opportunity for them to go in that direction if they're not doing this title swap. So that's interesting stuff there in itself. But Bianca Belair going up against Asuka, this should be another good match. What are you thinking as far as that match goes?
I'm really ready for Bianca to do something different. I don't need her to lose, and I don't think
Right.
she's going to lose anytime soon, but I am so ready to see another side of Bianca. How you gonna just
Yeah.
gonna let a girl spit in your face? And that's just what we doing now. Like, what, like, show me something.
Yeah.
Show me something else. Like, you I really need we almost need her to turn heel. And I don't know if they're gonna pull the trigger on that. I heard rumors that through the interwebs, and British guys on YouTube, that that is what is going to happen here soon. In your house, even we speculated on that. Well, we kind of fantasy booked it a while back ago, with a turn with Bianca and the Street Profits. would be
Yeah.
very interesting. How do we do that? How do we make that happen? Could we make that happen and then also, um cause a way to split up the street profits if that's what we want to do. I know everybody out there wants to make Montez a single star, and which is not a bad idea, not a bad idea on paper at all. But you got to make sure you got Dawkins. You're not squashing him in the process because he's an actual star too and an asset that should be used
Yeah.
in a very good way. And what better way is to create a story, create dissension. You have a mini faction there, which, man, all the collective layers to make great wrestling, right?
Yeah, yeah, for sure, man. So like, okay, this was many, many weeks ago. I can't even remember which week it was, but I do believe it was on one of the solo shots. And I pretty much said on there that it's time for us to have the evolution of Bianca Belair because like she's seen as this driving force. I mean, we know her. We've known her for what we've known her for since she's come into the WWE. She's charismatic. She's highly athletic. Former collegiate athlete. The top caliber blue chipper. But who else are you? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like we need to see that extra wrinkle as far as her because all she's doing is winning, winning, winning. But what we need to do is we need to see Bianca Belair when she's more on the ropes, when she's in peril. Maybe somebody's playing mind games with her. Who could be that? Do we gotta call on Alexa Bliss to come and start and Bray Wyatt to start playing mind games with her? I'm not saying that's exactly what we do, but who else is gonna fit that role that's gonna get into her head to make her doubt herself? All we've seen is top tier, top notch Bianca Belair, and maybe she has great matches and whatnot. But what's the story though? There's never a story besides I'm the EST, I'm the best, I'm the smartest, I'm the fastest, I'm the strongest. Like who are you past that though? And like that's gonna be telling as far as what's gonna happen next in her career because really, man, it's all about evolution. You can only stay the same so long before they don't love you no more. You got to figure out how to recreate yourself and keep yourself fresh in front of the people. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I mean, if anyone knows about evolution, it's the game. You guys see what I did there? Hey, I'm here all night. Um, but I have faith in him. I have faith that he is and will be able to tell these stories um in a proper way. Um and to do these things, we saw iterations of this in NXT, where when he was running it and Bianca was fresh and new, and she was sort of a heel persona, and I think they started molding that. Maybe that's where he saw her. I honestly I see her better as a heel. I love her to death, and I want to keep on pulling for her always, right? But let me see that grit. Like I want to see your tribal chief side, or you know,
Yeah.
um,
Yep.
what can you bring to that? Elevate yourself a little bit more because you got to hit that next level.
Yes. Yes. No, I agree. I think that's definitely something. I do not feel like that this is peak Bianca Belair. I don't.
No,
I just really
no,
don't. I
no. I
just
I
do
think I
not.
feel like we've just scratched the surface. She's so young. She really has had a relatively short career so far. But
She's
then
just done so. See, the thing is, she's just like done so much, bro. Like,
yeah,
sorry to interrupt you. It seems like she's been there
no,
for so long
you're
because
absolutely
she's done
right.
so much. You know what I'm saying? It's almost like how Giannis is in the NBA. Giannis has done so much stuff in the NBA that it feels like he's been there for 15, 20 years, but bro ain't even really been there that long. He's just done a lot, so it makes you think he's been there a long time. And that's the same thing with somebody like Bianca Belair.
Exactly, man. Exactly. It's the exact same thing.
So I want to see that next wrinkle. I want to see where she goes next. I want to see after of Bianca Belair, and hopefully in time that we will. But somebody who we have seen evolve and elevate just in the last couple of years in a very short amount of time is the Intercontinental Champion, and that's Gunther. Uh,
Gunther.
Gunther's got a match. He's got a match against Mustafa Ali, who apparently needs to get a life, kid. He's got a big match, the biggest match of his life, kid, and that's going down at Night of Champions, man. So, okay, so he's cutting this promo, him being Mustafa Ali, and he's about to cut this passionate promo, and I only know that because he actually went on his Twitter and posted the actual promo. He was gonna say he did it in his car on Twitter, and it was actually really good. But before he could do it on national TV, Brock Lesnar comes just storming through. So, like I said on the solo shot, Brock is just so unintentionally funny. He just says, "Get a life, kid," and I'm like, "Why? Like, what is it so random? Why?" And then he goes out and he does his thing. What man? What's you thinking about Mustafa Ali's chances of winning this match, bro? Realistically,
I sorry, I had to play that. I I think this is going to be a squash match. I hate that because, like, man, I love Mustafa Ali and his
I do
passionate
too.
promos. They are
Yeah,
absolutely great. He is great on the mic. Um he is a great wrestler, but they keep putting him in these positions where you're like, you want to root for him, but you know he's gonna lose. Gunther's not
yeah,
losing this title right now, man. He's in a
no,
historic reign himself, and I don't
yeah,
think he's losing at a Saudi show. He maybe, you know, but I I don't think that's happening right now. I can't believe in anything that I you know hold dearly that like Mustafa Ali has a chance because I'm somewhat of a realist. He has no chance.
exactly.
He has no chance in hell, if you will.
Man, you said it there. I want to believe, bro, man, and he does a good job of making you believe. Damn it, he just got that valiant, you know, that knight in shining armor. I'm coming to get the job done, and I don't care if I'm the little guy, David versus Goliath type energy. He brings it, man. He brings it, but bro's still gonna lose, man. Gunther's gonna continue this reign, and we're gonna see what's next for Mustafa Ali. Man, he got that title shot. He abandoned that positivity gimmick real quick. He went right back to passionate speaking Ali. So like, hey, I'm here for it, but he's just gonna fall short, bro. That's just how I see it.
I'm here for it too, and I really want him to win. Right? I think there would be nothing better than to drop the title to Mustafa Ali in Saudi, and then turn right back around on Monday and beat him. Right? I don't think there'd be anything wrong with that. I think that would be a thing that WWE may do. I don't see them doing that because Gunther has been so dominant, and if it's the stories are true, you know, he's going to he's on a road to WrestleMania already, right? And that I
Yeah,
don't think they're
they
going
love
to.
him.
I
They
don't think
love
they're.
him.
Yeah, I don't think they're gonna drop his momentum yet. Um, I I don't see how they could. At least not even now because it feels like it would be too early, right? If he's gonna
Yeah, it
win
just
anything,
don't feel like the right time.
yeah, Gunther really feels like a guy who's probably going to win Rumble, right?
Yeah,
Especially after the showing that he had this past year. Um, so like I think that's his roadmap to WrestleMania. I think that's how you get him there, but I don't think you lose this Intercontinental title right now.
no,
Um,
dog.
and
No, bro. I just don't see. Like, I'm sorry. I really don't see it. That I'm with you. Like, I do not see it. Like, to take this title off of him at Night of Champions, which yes, it's going down to Saudi Arabia, but still, it's a B show. against somebody like Mustafa Ali, who has had rumors post Mania, post Mania that he was going to start getting a bigger push. Well, we're seeing him now getting those bigger opportunities. Now he's going to go to Saudi Arabia. He's going to get an Intercontinental title match on one of their big PLEs. Going out of the country and whatnot. It's a great opportunity for him. I mean, like him not winning doesn't mean he didn't win because him going and having that match, he won already. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? So like that's great in itself. But the point of the matter is like I don't see he's not it's not the show and he's not the guy. You know what I'm saying? That's really what it boils down to. Gunther has got this historic reign, and if he's going to drop it to somebody, this is not the show and he is not the guy. Does that make sense?
That makes it makes perfect sense, Con. I get it. I get it. I, and that's exactly what I'm saying. This is not the show. This not that this wouldn't be the show to drop a title and do a title change, but this ain't the show. And he's not the
No, not
guy.
this one. Not for this specific title reign.
Yeah. No. No.
The
I
title reign has become so big, like it's like when they're talking about this in the same conversation as Roman Reigns, like it's and people are like, hey, yeah, Roman Reigns is having a long title reign, but also like we're seeing Gunther every single week on a regular basis defending pretty regularly. So like, yes, he does not have the number of days that Roman Reigns has, but
well, it's
the
already
quality of work
historic.
that he's putting out.
He
Yeah,
he's
yeah, the quality of
already
work that he's putting out.
and I believe, if I'm not mistaken, he has already surpassed Honky Tonk Man in some capacity as a day's record.
Has he?
Yeah, I could be wrong. I could absolutely be wrong, but I think
I
I
haven't
heard
looked
that.
into that, but he's got to be somewhere sniffing around that.
Yeah, he's had a very very
I
long
would have
reign.
to look into that.
Um, I believe we're rounding out about 450 days for him. I could be wrong
Yeah, about
again.
there.
Yeah, but um, but yeah, I
No,
I, I
I
don't see.
think that. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say I just I don't believe that this is the time for him to drop that though. Regardless or like I think they have a thing about these historic reigns. They want to keep them going, um,
Yeah,
right? And they're really hard struck on keeping title belts on people right now. Man,
which I don't think is a terrible thing. I mean, we're kind of seeing it. Like I said, I've been talking up Orange Cassidy and his international championship reign as
speaking
far
of
as the
Orange
number of reigns
Cassidy,
that he had. Is he showing up now?
yeah, he's actually wrestling right now. In
Speak of
his
the devil.
yeah, and he is getting his absolute ass kicked by Aussie Opens, one half of Aussie Open. So I can't
Oh
remember the
yes,
dude's
that
name.
was a match that was going to happen tonight. Yes,
Yeah,
okay. So yeah, we definitely got a lot of AEW that we're definitely going to talk about. So we still have a couple more matches. We'll just kind of breeze through those real quick. Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn going up against Roman Reigns and Solo Sikoa. Man, I feel like there's something fishy that's going to be going on in the bloodline. I do feel like somehow, some way, Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn are going to retain these championships. I would be more surprised if Roman Reigns and Solo Sikoa won. Honestly, not because they wouldn't be the dominant team, but I would be surprised if it wasn't some shenanigans from inner turmoil within the bloodline that cost them the championships. What are you thinking about that match?
no, I think I think you're right, but it's hard telling, man, because you don't bet against the bloodline, in any capacity. But I don't know in this instance because I feel like the Uzos are gonna fuck some shit up, right? Like
They might.
they
They
they they
might.
about to get in the way. We might see stereo super kicks on accident to Roman, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Um, what about Solo? What
Where's
if
she gonna play into this?
yeah, what if he barks the wrong order, or what if Roman barks the wrong order to Solo? How's he gonna take that? We already see, the seedlings planted with that this past Friday with the little shoulder check, right? That
Yeah.
yeah, um, yeah, which is also crazy. This entire reign that Reigns has had, a shoulder check. I mean, he did more. He did way more selling for that than he has for some people's moves. I'm just saying.
Man, he did. My goodness. So we had that situation, and it's going to be interesting to see. I think this match is definitely going to be something that's going to be something to look forward to, something to check out. And I'm definitely going to be checking that out. So that's going to be interesting.
The voice in the
Once
chat
again,
said that that Gunther is the longest reigning belt holder since Honky Tonk Man.
okay. So has he surpassed him? Does he have the numbers, the day record, or is he within him? I guess is my question.
I think it.
Um,
I think it's a more this era
okay,
record.
gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. Well, still great. I mean, any way you crack it, like good stuff for Gunther. I mean, it's great to see. I mean, what there were so many people worried about him as far as the name change, and then he got into great shape and whatnot, and still looks. I mean, he still looks imposing, honestly, and I think that it's a testament to somebody doing the work, somebody like Gunther does, and it's great stuff. I love to see it. But one thing I'm really gonna love to see is the main event here. At least what I'm assuming is going to be the main event. It's one of three main events because they're calling this one the triple main event night. And this is for the World Heavyweight Championship. It's the finals of the World Heavyweight Championship tournament between Seth Rollins and AJ Styles. I have said continuously, time and time and time and time again, that ever since I saw them unveil that new World Heavyweight Championship, my first mindset was that belongs to Seth Rollins, and I'm still there. I think that him and AJ are going to have a fantastic match that's going to be worthy of the reintroduction of the WWE World Heavyweight Championship, since they're bringing the lineage with the title. And I think it's just they set this up right for a great match to put the title on the map pretty much immediately, no matter who wins it. What are you thinking about this main event?
Yeah. I think this is going to be a great match. Who doesn't want to see AJ Styles versus Seth Rollins ever? Like, I want to see that match, and obviously, we've never seen that match up in WWE. So I'm ready for it. But man, the writing is kind of on the wall with that match already, right? It feels very, very Seth heavy as far
Yeah,
as as far as the booking, as far as the everything else goes to it. Um, but I'm really excited. I'm excited to see the match. I know it's going to be a good match. AJ Styles this week had some weird and funny comments where he called it a secondary title himself. Because
oh
yeah, where he said, well, obviously it's a secondary title because Roman has the other two blocked up. So that was kind of weird, and maybe a little telling as to what's going to happen with this match, as
yeah,
well as the the um the layer of promos that they've had for Seth Rollins on Raw with the interviews with Corey Graves and everything like that. Man, this is so telling that like this is Seth's championship, right? Um, and I'm looking forward to it, but I'm really hesitant to see what they do after it.
yeah, yeah. As far as post championship reign, like what his feuds would be, what he's doing moving forward, is that what your mindset is?
Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. Is what are they gonna do after that? How are they going to make this title bigger, or as big as
Right.
another quote unquote secondary title, especially if you have other wrestlers calling it that too.
Right. So I wasn't aware of the situation with AJ Styles. That's definitely a bad look. I feel like just because the whole intent of this title and the intentions of putting somebody the caliber of AJ Styles and Seth Rollins into the match is to try to put this title in the mindset very quickly, like right in front of your vision, that this is going to be a prestigious championship. All that they've said about this championship is that it's going to be the workhorse world championship. It's going to be a champion that you can be proud of, this and that. So obviously, we're trying to put you in the mindset that the narrative of this title is that it's going to be equal or on the same level as Roman Reigns and his two titles, the World Heavyweight Championship and the Universal Championship, which makes the undisputed World Heavyweight Champion. I mean, it's just at this point, it's just like too many titles a little bit, but that's neither here nor there. The point at this point, the point of the matter is that you're trying to make this championship feel big and important, and
Yeah.
you got one of the guys who's competing for it saying it's literally a secondary championship. You're sending the wrong message. So
I mean,
I
they've
don't
sent the
know.
wrong message with a lot of this. You've had even Roman and Paul talk about it being, kind of secondary. It is what it is. We know what it is. Like, and to be honest, I think us as wrestling fans, put too much weight on an actual championship belt. Um, because at the end of the day, it's literally a prop.
It is a prop. I mean, that's definitely true. But like when you're watching the program, and if it's somebody that you're buying in,
Yes,
I know as a kid, like I believed that the WWE Championship was like the best thing you could ever have in wrestling.
I
Now,
still believe that.
as like like as an adult, I see it now that it's like, okay, I could literally get one of those championships and I'm not an actual champion. Like you said, like I've actually collected belts before, and I'm like, as much as I love the designs, like they don't make me feel as much as a champion as you think that they would be, and them shits is expensive too.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? So like for one to actually have that meaning, like I definitely see where it's like, okay, we want to put meaning behind these titles, where it's like but the meaning of the prop itself is to make you care about it and its holder and the intentions of the holder and him being on the upper echelon of that particular company, whatever company it is. So it actually does hold weight as far as the lineage and the prestige of the championship and who's holding it. But at the end of the day, yes, it is a prop, but I think that it helps to have these historic reigns, these long reigns, because it does help that championship be seen in a better light. And like there was definitely times where the United States Championship and the Intercontinental Championship, they were held meaninglessly, absolutely meaninglessly. Like
in our
not
view.
like even like Dean Ambrose, long United States Championship, did not defend it. Like that was probably one of the worst, longest United States Championship reigns that I ever seen. So and I like Moxley, I do, but during that time he was that was during a time when he was a little bit like unmotivated. We didn't see
I
the
remember
Moxley that we
this.
see now. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
I remember
different
this.
time,
It was bad.
different time.
Uh,
Yeah, so that's just my point. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, no, I got you. So the voice in the chat, our stat guy, he said that Gunther needs to pass 454 days. He's at 287 currently. So
Wow. Okay. I don't know, man. He really he held that title for a long time. I don't know if he's gonna reach that. I mean,
he
the,
might. I mean, it's really just another year. He may do that. I don't know. Especially if they're pushing Gunther the way they're pushing him. Um,
for a long time. I don't know if they
I think he can get there.
I think see, it's not the mindset that I don't think he can get there. I think if he's going to be champion, like within the story, I think Gunther at this point is really going to be champion as long as he wants to be champion. But within the realm of the story, as far as what they're writing for him, and if rumors are true, that is going to be Gunther versus Cody. Is he going to still have the Intercontinental Championship at that point? Be facing up against Cody for one of those world heavyweight championships at that point. There's definitely been talks about Roman Reigns taking more time off and more extended time off after SummerSlam. Is that when we have him drop that championship? As I said before in the Hail Mary, if Cody Rhodes gets himself involved in Money in the Bank, and we'll see qualifying matches for Money in the Bank starting next week. But it's going to be interesting to see is the story going to call for Gunther to hold that championship for that much longer?
I mean, so that's a little under 170 days left to hold that.
Yeah,
Um, what is that? Like a little more. That's 5 months away.
about 5 more months away.
I can see it.
That I mean, if that's not, if it's only that much amount of time, if it's only 5 months. Where we at? We're about to be in June right now. We're at the
Yeah,
end of May. Yeah, as a matter of fact, I can see it too. To be honest with you,
yeah.
I mean, I didn't account the number of that. Honestly, I could see
We're
it
looking at
and
him
hold that for
dropping
the
it.
rest of the year.
We're looking at him dropping it right before. And look, remember with me, kids, what I said before, right before Royal Rumble.
Wow. Okay. Yeah,
Ah,
no, that might work. That yeah, no, no, you got me. You're right. I agree with that. I think he can hold that long. I think that Gunther can become the longest reigning Intercontinental Champion of all time and still do his program at WrestleMania. Yeah, I'll be damned. No, I'm with you. Yeah, I
yeah.
agree
So
wholeheartedly.
I think that's super
Wholeheartedly.
feasible. They keep that, um,
Yeah.
which yeah,
Oh yeah, no, I definitely agree with that, man. I definitely do think that this show is going to be great. Night Champ is going to be great. It's going to be a vibe, going to be a movie, yada yada yada. But we've got a lot of AEW stuff that we got to talk about. Like you said, we was going into overtime a little bit, and it's definitely one of those times because of the heaviness of the weekend, dog. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? Like
Well, it's a
there's so
huge
much
weekend.
wrestling going on, big, big, big. So now more news coming in. I kind of talked a little bit about it on the solo shot, but now I want to break it down a little bit more. And that's all things. There's a lot of things going on AEW wise. We'll get to the good, the bad, and the ugly. But right now we're gonna get to the digital
Yeah.
because they got a date released for AEW Fight Forever, June 29th. We've seen some screenshots. I got a chance to watch a little video of it. Man, I got to tell you, this is shit. It looks. I'll be honest, it looks fun to me.
Yo,
You know what I'm saying?
it
It looks
looks
fun.
fun. It looks bloody, which I like.
Yes, me too.
Yeah. So I really hope this will be a fun game. I can't wait to play. I know AEW is right now promoting the shit out of it, as I saw at least two or three spots for it on Dynamite just already
Good as
tonight.
they should.
Yeah,
As
as
they
they
should.
should. And if you're following along at home, Orange Cassidy just prevailed in his Dynamite match tonight. Um, so against one half of Open. I can't
Okay,
remember the dude's name. I'm sorry.
man. So
There's a lot of
it's
it.
gonna be, it's gonna be a good show. I think this game is gonna be a good game. Um, so we see some of the blood, the gore. We see some of the gameplay. Definitely gives me those THQ type feels. A little bit of that WCW versus NWO Revenge, WrestleMania 2000, maybe a
Yeah.
little No Mercy,
No
that
mercy.
type of vibe. Yes, man, and I'm here for it. It'll definitely be a great alternative to WWE 2K, which I do enjoy. I mean, give me. I mean, I'm a gamer. I love wrestling. More wrestling video games is not a bad thing for me. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So I'm gonna take that all day. It's gonna be a win. It's gonna be great, and it also raises the eyebrow and raises the thought of the question that's going on through every AEW fan's mind right now: is what's going on with CM Punk?
Oh,
He's been taking off promotional things,
we gotta
bro,
talk about
and
him. Like,
man, we
do
got to
we gotta
talk
talk
about him.
about?
This guy stay in the news. He know
I'm,
how to keep himself relevant in all facets,
bro.
bro.
I'm tired of
So
this work.
we
It's
got to give it to him.
I'm tired. Just show up on TV. Say I'm sorry. Like,
Man, I so it's like I said on the solo shot. This is what you're gonna get. You re-engaged. You know what I'm saying, dog? You
yeah.
re-engaged. You decided to try to do business with them, and this is who Punk is. Like he's never listen. When somebody straight up shows you who they are, you gotta believe them. You know what I'm saying? Like I want to see I want to see a Punk prevail. I want to see this thing work with AEW as it should because I'm always saying that I want AEW to work. I do. Like um I've actually been a supporter of that company since I even like since like they were doing all in. You know what I'm saying? Like they were doing that and trying to dip their toe in the water of what this particular branch of indie wrestling looks like on a national stage. And now we're seeing that on a regular basis. We're seeing the New Japans, we're seeing the Triple A's, we're seeing the Ring of Honors, we're seeing the AEWs all come together on this brand. And now, I mean, they're really trying to restructure their business. Like I said before, I don't want to harp on it too much, but they've moved, AEW Dark, they've moved Elevation. That those are now taken off the air. We have Ring of Honor on Thursday, Rampage on Friday. Saturday is now going to be Collision, which this is show that we're going to supposed to be finding out tonight what the location of the first episode is going to be, which is going to be June 17th. A lot of
That'll be really
things
telling.
tying into this CM Punk stuff. It will. It's going to be really telling where this announcement is. And like, it's just a thing, bro, where it's like Punk kind of, because you re engage, because those rumors started popping out that this show is supposed to revolve around him and everybody's ready to do business again. And now people are kind of fired up for it again. Punk kind of got you by the balls now. You know what I'm saying? Like, you kind of got to succumb to his whim, or people are going to be like, oh, here we go with this messiness again. You know what I'm saying? What's your thoughts on it?
I think this is all a work. I think
I hope
that
so.
I I mean I think the fight at Brawl Out was real, and I
Yeah,
think cooler heads hopefully have prevailed, but they've been working us all the entire time. I'm really tired of talking about CM Punk if I'm not gonna just see him in a wrestling ring. It,
but it's like I said before, man. It's like I said on the solo shot. This is how he does tell stories. He's been known to tell stories like this through this form of media. Like when end the time in 20 back in the bygone era in 2011 when he was doing the contract dispute storyline with WWE going into the Money in the Bank match with John Cena. That was very much the story. It was his
yeah,
real contract dispute that he turned into a real story that actually became a super hot story. So, like, I'm not ready to say this isn't a work. Just like I said on the solo shot, I'm not ready to say this isn't a work. But man, if it's not a work, hype, if it's not a work and this is all real, it's just more messiness, especially in such a transitional period for the company.
I think everything's gonna be fine. I reports over the week have stated that Punk was served some legal papers, but after further digging, those legal papers were in conjunction with his return. Hey, you can't say anything bad about the company. Hey, you can't da 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 da. He had to sign off on these papers, and I think everything's going to be fine. Um, Punk will be back in AEW. He will be back soon, and we'll be able to tell you probably tonight, right, whether he's back or not.
Yeah.
It's all dependent on this announcement of where this show is going to kick off at. If it's not in Chicago, then we know, right? But if the show is in the United Center, in Chicago, then we know he's coming. It's probably already. I believe there's already been copyright or trademark files for the second coming, um, which is telling in itself. Um, I'm just ready for the dude to wrestle. Let me see him like promo battle people in a ring and fight
Yeah.
people. Hopefully not get hurt. And
Yeah.
maybe not start real life fights anymore. Just just do
Okay.
that. Just do that.
So let me ask you this as a fan and anybody who's listening along with us, I know Voice is with us. I'm gonna ask you this. So we all know Punk back in the day he was supposed to do a program with Triple H. His he was upset that he didn't get a chance to main event WrestleMania, and he ended up quitting there.
Right.
Okay, so he quit, and we didn't see him in wrestling for quite a long time. And then he came back for AEW, and before, I mean, he made like little small appearances here and there, but nothing like big, like on a nationally syndicated programming. So he came back to AEW, and then all this stuff happened. He got injured, and he got into the scrap, and he's now we're looking at another return for him. My question is this: how many more Punk returns do you got in you before you're not caring anymore?
I think I'm almost there.
Are
Like,
you?
yeah. If he comes back now and if he has a good run, great. You know, if you can change my mind off of what happened this past what like whole entire year basically,
Yeah,
since
yeah,
Brawl Out, like over this childish shit, like just show me something, man. Just come back, have a good run, do your thing, get back to wrestling if that's what you want to do. Have good matches with good people. You know, build the future stars. Do that. If that's what you want to come back to wrestling and do that. But don't
yeah,
don't go on. But don't get mad and then go on a press conference and get mad over what another wrestler said in a podcast. Right, essentially, you know,
yeah.
and who the fuck cares if Hangman Page doesn't take advice? Why should you fucking care?
It's just a thing where this is the type of stuff where Punk gets frustrated by things, and then he just he lets his emotions get the better of him, and it's just a thing where it's like, man, you gotta learn how to control yourself a little bit. Like, I'm not saying that CM Punk is an awful person. There's obviously
No,
people that truly love and care for CM Punk. There's stories out there that CM Punk have done great things for people, and like it's not about that, but like I mean, let's say it for what it is. Like more often than not, like Punk he's pretty cantankerous. He's a pretty he's a pretty rough around the edges guy, and it's like all we're expecting you to do is do what you say that you love, because like I don't know where my mindset is for like Punk and his love of wrestling. Does he love wrestling? Does he not love wrestling? I honestly can't tell anymore, because he comes goes through these spurts where he misses it, but then once he gets
right,
back into the thick of things, he's so quick to call out bullshit. And it's like I'm not saying it's not, you shouldn't call out bullshit, but like there's a time and a place and a way to do it, and like he's just always very belligerent with the way that he does these things. And it's like I mean, there's different ways that you can handle things. So like Punk at this point, we're starting to enter that realm of, is this, if this isn't a work, once again, this is going off the thought that this isn't a work. If this is not a work, we're entering more and more, getting further and further into that, he's more of a liability than an asset type role. And it's like, what do you do after that? You know what I'm saying?
yeah, no. I mean, it parallels and correlates to kind of the discussion that you had about Bray Wyatt,
Yeah.
where is it worth it now, or is it too much baggage? Because
Yeah.
these dudes aren't cheap, and
No, they're not. No.
to be honest, like I know there's a whole bunch of hungry indie talent that
Yes.
would love to have the chance to try to become one of these names like a Bray Wyatt or a CM Punk, right? But they can't
Yeah.
because you got a Bray Wyatt or a CM Punk bogging up the industry like that, or taking up somebody else's money. And like I don't mean that in a way because I don't want to see those individuals wrestle and continue to have a career. I mean that in a way because there's always something.
Yeah. Yeah. We can't just focus on, I mean, this is supposed to be a way to take you away from all this BS. And when you're bringing all the BS with you to something, to me, like when I do this, bro, I know when I do this, when I get a chance to do stuff like go to a merge, when I get a chance to do stuff like go to Destination 6, and yes, I know it's not a WWE. I know it's not an AEW. I get it. I know that. I know that. But like, it's fun. And like when it stops being fun, it's like, I don't know. I don't even know if I even want to do this anymore. Like the fun stopped. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
and that's how I am very much like artistically. Like money of course is important. Like I definitely want to get compensated for my talents, but I also want genuine enjoyment. And like sometimes I question Punk's enjoyment of professional wrestling. And if he's not enjoying it, it's like, what are you even here for, man? Like I know you're here to get paid, and I get that, but like you're here to get paid to do what you enjoy. It's I don't know. It doesn't seem like he enjoys it. You know what I'm saying?
Well, it's a very quick light switch with Punk, right? He's a very almost bipolar person, right? If, like you
Yeah.
said, if he likes it, he's into it, right? And it shows. But if he's not going to. Like, and it shows. Um, and I mean, that's the dynamic that you get with Punk, which you can have great things out of it, and you can have subpar shit out of it, right?
Yeah. Yeah, no doubt. I think it's always going to be an interesting thing as far as CM Punk. He's always going to be somebody polarizing, but the wheels have to keep on turning with AEW. As you know, AEW Dynamite is on right now, and
Right
they
now.
have they have a big night coming up, and that's Double or Nothing, man. Double or Nothing's going to be a big show. That's going to be going down Sunday. This is actually a really big weekend of wrestling if you really think about it. You've got Night of Champions on Saturday afternoon. You got NXT that's going to be doing
Battleground.
their PLE, that Battleground, and then you also have Double or Nothing. So like big weekend coming up for wrestling, man. It's actually going to be a really awesome weekend if you're a wrestling fan. A lot of things to watch, a lot of things to enjoy. But why don't you go ahead and break us down? Let us go through this Double or Nothing card real quick and talk about this show, man. What do you got?
Okay. So, for AEW's Double or Nothing, looks like we have, of course, we have the main event, the Four Pillars match, with the thing that everybody has been looking forward to, because it's featuring MJF, Sammy Guevara, Jungle Boy, and Darby Allen. Maybe I'm overselling that, but I am looking forward to this match. It's going to be a great main event. But you have that. You have a AEW Women's World Championship match between Jamie Hayter and Tony Storm. The
Okay.
AEW World Tag Team Championships are on the line with FTR taking on Jay Lethal and Jeff Jarrett, with Mark Briscoe as the special guest referee. And if you're following along at
Yeah.
home, right, you just saw Mark Briscoe. He's done with all of them. He's done with FTR. He's done with Jared and Jay right now. He's had his fill. He's pushing all of them. But that's going to be an interesting match. We have a TNT Championship match: Wardlow versus Christian Cage in a ladder match. Jade Cargill will be putting her TBS Championship on the line versus Taya Valkyrie. And then, of course, we have the AEW International Championship, which is a blackjack battle royale
That's gonna be
with
cool.
Orange Cassidy putting on his or putting his title on the line in a battle royale. Will be very cool. And then we also will have the Anarchy in the Arena match, which is gonna be fun. There's no way
That'll be
that
fun.
can't be fun. Like
Yeah,
that's probably the match I'm looking forward to the most.
that's gonna be a banger. That's gonna be super fun.
Yeah, yeah, uh,
Man,
yeah. So a very stacked card for AEW. No trios match, or at least that I can tell. Scheduled. But there we go.
man,
Almost
we
every
got Chris
championship.
Jericho. We also got Chris Jericho and Adam Cole in an unsanctioned match.
Oh yeah, I almost forgot about that.
That one should be fun too. I mean, see Adam Cole get back into the swing of things. I got to tell you, man, as far as this card goes, this is a pretty good looking card, to be honest with you. Like once again, we just got a heavy weekend in wrestling. I
Yeah.
think definitely the most thing I want to see is that Anarchy in the Arena match. I want to see what comes of it, but also I want to see the World Championship involving the Four Pillars. I think that's going to be fun. The TNT Championship match. I love a ladder match. I've said it a million
Yeah.
times. I mean, that's like my favorite stipulation is a ladder match. So, man, this is looking like a really great show, man. Definitely something that I mean, and honestly, dog, they're doing it on such a smart time, in my opinion. I mean, I know not everybody's off on Monday because of Memorial Day, but like I know I'm off on Monday. So like I'm like, okay, I can actually sit back, lay, chill, and watch some wrestling without having to worry about, going into work on Monday and whatnot. So like it's gonna be I don't know. It's definitely going to be a good card. Heavy, heavy weekend for wrestling, and I'm excited for it, bro.
Yeah, it's definitely a vibe, and like we're just gonna have to dub this the weekend of champions, right? Like because
Man,
all sorts of wrestling, all sorts of championships on the line, just
yes,
so much happening this weekend, and man, we're gonna have so much to talk about next week. I'm already excited about what may come.
absolutely, man. So a lot of things that we got a chance to talk about. This has been a really great episode. But before we slide out of here, man, we can't just slide by the news that came out over the weekend as far as what happened for us. And this
Huge.
past weekend, I got a chance to go back to Macomb, Illinois, and go to Destination Six Wrestling, and of course, do my thing as the director of content there. I also was on screen with Sam, and we got a chance to do our thing again, which was a fun. I had a blast. I got a chance to work with former TNA referee, a TNA original himself, Terry Hopper. Got a chance to work with the sister of Steve Carino, Allison Danger. So I got a chance to work with the Carino. Man, it was just a cool weekend all the way around. Can't wait for footage of that to come out. That show is going to be coming out on the Destination Six YouTube. But the announcement after that is even more interesting because Bell, man, they're gonna be running another show. They usually run bi-monthly, but dog, they're gonna be running some shows in June, and the show in June, June 17th, is gonna be Destination Six presents In Your House. That is right, man. It's gonna be a big
Yo,
show. It's crazy, isn't it, bro?
yo, that's
Crazy.
big news, yo. I popped hard when I saw this. I said, "Yo, it's in your house, man. I might have to try to be there for this one, man. It can't be in your house without a little hypocrisy in Hollywood, right? So, like, oh boy, like I'm excited for that
Listen,
one.
it's gonna be a great show, and like it is called In Your House, but I just want to make it perfectly clear that like even though we got the tag name on this, I don't want me personally, I don't want to take it away. I don't want to take too much away from what we're building here
Yeah,
at Destination Six. You know what I'm saying? Like we're telling some great stories. We got some great talent that comes through there. Like I'm very proud of the work that we're doing. Like I'm taking full pride in what we're doing there. For me to be able to get this, to for me to be able to want them, then they asked me. That's the thing. That's the thing. Hype. They asked me if
yeah,
they could use the name for the show, and I was like, well, yeah. And especially the meaning behind this show. So like the way with me working so closely with Sam and CC and Chris over there at Destination Six, um it's like I said on the solo shot, bro, and follow me here. um we all started by somebody giving us an opportunity, right?
right.
Like I somebody gave me an opportunity 18 years ago. Somebody gave Sam an opportunity. You were given opportunities. You
Yeah,
know what I'm saying? So, like, in the spirit of opportunity, especially with the opportunities that we've been given to be able to be in the roles that we're in now in wrestling, I feel like opportunity is it goes hand in hand with this show, with In Your House, because this is an opportunity for new talent to get seen, chances to get seen. These are going to be shows where we're filtering in new talent to be able to filter them into those bigger shows and see how they'll fit. I'm very proud of the work that we're doing as far as In Your House, and then we're gonna have another show similar to this. And that's going to be going down in August. But the development of what we're doing here with these in your house shows is very much to filter in new talent and see who would fit well into those bigger shows that come bi-monthly over there at Destination Six. So I'm very excited what we're doing with In Your House on June 17th and the team that we put together to make this possible.
yeah. No, doing great things, and you can see that plain as day. I'm happy for everything that Destination Six is doing, and you know just to be a part of the In Your House team and to see that, I know that we got to be doing some good things too. And what better way to show that than to link up with people that are doing great things as well. Bro.
Absolutely, man. And you've been to Destination Six. You've been there
Yes,
yourself. You know, like you feel that vibe when you're there, bro.
it's a
Like
family, yo.
it really, really, really is. Like it's just good energy. You know, everybody's there for the greater good of the show. Iron sharpening iron. You know what I'm saying? Like very like minimal egos, man. Like it's literally one of the best productions I've got a chance to be a part of, and I love what we're building with it. And now we're gonna get a chance to build even more with these in your house shows and the opportunity to bring in new talent and see new faces and have that be synonymous with the in your house brand. So
Yeah.
that's going to be very cool, very awesome. Loving the work that we're doing with Destination Six. And with that being said, man, before we slide out of here, I was actually given the green light by Destination Six management to actually drop the first match for June
Oh,
17th.
we got breaking
For
news.
we got some breaking news, man.
Wow, wow,
We
wow,
got breaking news.
wow.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So the first match announced for Destination Six presents In Your House. That's going to be going down June 17th at the D6 Arena in Macomb, Illinois. And that is going to be a young man that's coming up on the indies. He's working real hard. This is going to be his debut, his Illinois debut. He's a big fan of Hot Moms, and that's Jaden Jett.
Ooh, okay.
We're
Who
going to get our
doesn't
first look at Jaden Jett in
who
the D6 arena.
who doesn't love hot moms?
I can't say,
I
like, bro,
mean,
win with me already.
yeah, yeah, he sounds like a stand-up guy.
Yeah, he sound all right to me.
Yeah.
But the question is, how long is he going to be standing? Because in his debut match, he has to go up against somebody who's really done a lot of work here in the Midwest, who's been synonymous with Midwestern wrestling and just coming through and wrecking when he does come through. The man is a nightmare to deal with. He's the Naptown Nightmare,
Oh
Jawan
God.
Thomas. That's right. Jawan
Oh,
Thomas is going to be showing up at In Your House to face Jaden Jett.
oh, Mr. Jet. Not that I don't believe in your abilities, but I hope you bring some moms with you to maybe help in that
Ice you up, bro.
aftercare. Yeah, yeah.
Bob and weave, bro. Bob and weave. You gotta because if Juwan Thomas get a hold of you, bro, it's a Rizap for real. I've been watching
Yeah.
that young man for years, and like,
They don't call
yeah,
him
he's a
Naptown
menace,
Monster
bro.
for no reason.
That boy a cold nightmare, bro. Like it's yeah, I'm definitely excited to see what he can do it in your house. And of course, like this is an opportunity for me to scout, to look, to see what we want to bring back, who we want to bring back, and even somebody that I could even put under a Hollywood House tutelage. So like there's a lot of implications going into this show. And like I think that keeping an eye on a match like somebody like Jaden Jett and Jawan Thomas is definitely something that is going to set the groundwork for what we want to do here at Destination Six and these in your house shows. So
Absolutely.
man, there it is right there. First match announced. And man, it was a movie. But now we're here at the final scene. You know, it's about to hit Finn and whatnot. But before we do that, I got my co-host here who does a great job keeping us doing our thing over on Twitch, keeping us rolling, keeping us moving with the extra content with Friday Night Hype, which you guys are gonna not want to miss this show. Also, guys, Friday Night Hype is now available in podcast version. I just want to go
Yes,
ahead
it
and get that
is.
out there too. It's out there now for your guys' listening pleasure. Get that out there. But Friday's going to be a big episode, Congo Kong. But I'm not going to break it down for you. I'm going to go ahead and let him tell it. Hype, go ahead and plug away, bro.
Yo, 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 check it out. As my homie Hollywood said, Friday Night Hype is about to get big because we have a big episode. And when I say big, I mean big because the man, Congo Kong, is going to be on Friday Night Hype with myself and the voice, Joshua Joseph. Yo, it's going to be a monster show. And I got some monster questions for him, bro. So like I'm about to peel back into the head of a monster and I I want y'all to come with me. Yo, come on this
Yes.
Twitch train. Yo, it's twitch.com/team IYH. Hop on this bandwagon, yo. Like Khan says, you better get on or get gone because we going mighty strong and we continue to go mighty strong because we are mighty strong conductors. As myself, I am a curator of such right here on the In Your House page, but I also do other things, yo. Check me out on the Kokomo Press podcast and also check me out on the weekly plug. It's kind of like my baby. Yo, what we do is we plug you into anything and everything that you're gonna need, yo. Just trust me on that. I got your back. Have I told you any lies yet? No, I haven't. And we gonna keep it like that. We gonna keep it like that. All right. So check me out. It's Kokomo Press on Facebook and also the weekly plug on Facebook. Check us out there. Check me out on my socials, yo. I'm at Hypocrisy Jones, literally everywhere. It's Hypocrisy Jones. Made it really simple for you, whether that's Facebook, Twitch, Instagram, whatever, what have you, bro. But enough about me, man. Y'all came here to hear about the man himself. So, House, you got him?
I got it, bro. So once again, I just got to say we do appreciate you guys out there in the household for pushing us back on those charts, man. It had been a while, and it gets to a point where you're like, man, I'm hoping that we get in that same reach that we had before, because I be taking breaks. You guys have been riding with me for this last 4 years. You know what I'm saying? Like I be taking breaks, and like sometimes when you come back, it's like, dang, are they gonna follow again? Are they gonna get back on the bandwagon? And you know what? This just proves to me that you guys are going to get back on the bandwagon no matter how many breaks I take, because I've taken quite a few, and you guys come back. You guys always get us back where we need to be at, and it's because of y'all. So I do appreciate that. The downloads, those are getting driven up. The being charted has helped us tremendously, as I said it would. But guys, please don't stop. Tell a friend, tell somebody else, get them to also give us 5 stars. Give us 5 stars on Apple Podcasts. Give us 5 stars on Spotify. Leave a review. It all helps. It all helps to get us towards the upper echelon of those charts. They're looking at those charts. Who knows? You never know what the next breakout hit podcast is going to be. And even though we've done it independently, we're definitely looking to work with other people and to help expand other brands and expand our brand for ourselves. So with that being said, once again, this is In Your House. I'm Hollywood House. We appreciate everything, all the patrons that you guys have given to this podcast. And guys, you can follow me at the Hollywood House on IG. You can follow me at Hollywood House on Facebook, on Twitter. You can follow this podcast at In Your House. That's all of those. Also, Playhouse Gaming. We're gonna be coming with some great episodes. We got some great stuff that's coming in the works. My son, he's finishing up with school. So with that being said, we're gonna put a little bit more emphasis and attention on it. So Playhouse Gaming, but most definitely keep listening to this podcast, keep supporting, keep showing love. Once again, Tuesday I'm gonna always hit you guys with that solo shot. Wednesday we're gonna be here on Twitch. The podcast version is going to be available Thursday mornings. Friday Night Hype is going to be on Twitch Friday night. And then right now we're looking at possibly a Sunday release for the Friday Night Hype podcast version. Guys, we're just going to keep going, keep grinding, keep pushing. And as long as we got the work to put out there and you guys are there to listen to it, we're going to keep rolling. Guys, that's In Your House, and it's HOWSE. And the W stands for work. So once again, thank you guys so much. Guys, I need you to do what you've been doing and stay strong with it. Let's hop on this bandwagon. Get on or get gone. Because the household, we still going mighty strong. You guys have a great day and a great rest of your week. Peace.
One day, Oprah is going to watch this.